talk about the first industrial revolution. So grab your pencil, grab some paper, and let's get started. So first, the title, Industrialization. Industrialization, aka manufacturing. Manufacturing in 18th century UK. '18th century, that would be the 1700s. 18th century UK / Great Britain. 4 parts of Great Britain: England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Just saying. All right, so first, in the background, we're going to draw some mountains like this, because where there are mountains, the water goes downhill. And here's a little space, a valley, and then a river is going to go like this. Draw a line diagonal like this. Give it some perspective, making it a little thinner, and then it gets wider and wider, like that. Okay, make some big waves down here, some little ones over here, medium size in the middle. All right, next, there's going to be a forest close to these mountains. Oh, we can also go like this. Give it a little shade. It'll make it look better. There are really giant mountains like this in the UK, but in this drawing there are. And then some smaller ones in the distance. All right, next, we'll draw some deciduous and conifer trees. These are deciduous because the leaves decide to fall off. Someone taught me that. Conifer, that means it has cones. And then over here, there's more trees, but they're in the distance because this land had to get logged in order for this farmer to raise his sheep and whatever. So we're going to draw some cute sheep. Just draw a squiggly line like a tree. Make a triangle shape down, some ears flopping down, some feet. That's a sheep. And then triangle shape down, ears, legs. If you want to make it look sideways, go like this. I got this idea from an Ed Emberley book about how to draw farm animals when I was a kid, and I used to love it. All right, next, we're going to draw like some grassland, because this farmer is a pastoralist, meaning he has a pasture with animals living in the pasture. They eat grass and other things. All right, next we're going to draw a barn. Why are we drawing a farm scene when we're drawing the Industrial Revolution? Because there was an enormous shift from agrarian or also pastoral or agricultural, or we could just call it like traditional economies, to more modern economies. So this is a gambrel style roof on our barn. A little X on the door, X up here for the hayloft. Go sideways, sideways, sideways. And then shingles. Make this come down a little more, darken that. There's our barn. Here is our farmer. He's got a hat. He's got a head. Overalls coming down. pitchfork. All right. But there's something that's going to disrupt this agrarian, pastoral, traditional way of life, and that is there is a new factory across the river. So we're going to draw our factory. So we have this square shape and a smokestack, and then we're going to make some smoke come out of it. This is coal from burning coal. And inside of this coal cloud, I'm going to write pollution, which is one effect of this. Make some diagonal lines going sideways, or diagonally. Ready? Okay. So this is from coal. This is a manufacturing plant that makes the very first manufactured products called textiles. So we're going to call this the textile manufactory. That's what they used to call factories, because they manufactured things. So it's a manufactory, and it makes textiles. So how does this factory work? Well, two things go into it. Raw materials, and in Great Britain, the raw materials were cotton from colonies, places that had hot weather for growing cotton, like India, the American South. So raw materials go into this thing. Also, the labor force, the workers, go into this textile manufactory. I should say labor force. So the labor force goes in. Where does this labor force come from? They come from people living in this agrarian way, and they stop becoming farmers. They move to the city in a mass migration. So we're going to write migration to the cities. So here's our new labor force, and they're marching into the textile manufacturing. So where are these people going to live? They're going to live in new and hastily built buildings, no running water. Let's make it look like this. A little shadow, make some windows. Also, no sanitation. So we're going to go like this. We're going to make this like gross little puddle thing coming out of it, like that. Make little gross like lines like that. Make it look a little disgusting. Make some stink lines coming off it. No toilets. This is where it goes. It just runs downhill. Here's a fly. Draw a fly buzzing around it. So I'm going to say poor to no sanitation here in the early days of the Industrial Revolution. So this migration to the cities, the creation of new cities, that's called urbanization. Urban cityization of process. So we have a lot of change happening at this time period. But the end result of this is that finished products come out of the factory. Finished products. Can you see that on there? Finished products. So we have raw materials going in, the labor force going in, which is coming from the countryside, the rural areas. Manufacturing items like textiles. It wasn't a t-shirt, but I'm just going to draw a t-shirt. So textiles, that just means like a big sheet of fabric, which I'm wearing plants. This was cotton in a field somewhere hot. Then it was spun into threads and put on a loom, which weaves the threads together, and then dyed to a certain color, in this case white, cut into shapes, a front and a back, sleeves, and there you have it. But we're just going to draw a t-shirt, so just draw a line like this, and then here, and there's our finished product. So this is a nice, I hope you created something that looks something similar to this. Just wanted to have a quick demonstration of the first industrial revolution, which was steam powered. This is a steam powered revolution. And the reason it was able to happen in Great Britain was because Great Britain had the ingredients necessary to build a steam engine. Great Britain had coal, and they also had iron. Great Britain has been using coal for a while at this time for heating because it had been deforested over the centuries. So they were used to using coal as a heat source, but now they're using it as a way to power a steam engine, which could do now a variety of things. At first it was to pump water out of coal mines, and then it was to carry, to transport things on train tracks. So, but the key ingredient that Great Britain had was coal and iron. Another development, I'm just going to throw another thing out there. Another development is with capitalism. There is one man that owns this textile manufactory. He saved his money, he bought machines, and he owns the machines, and he makes the profit. So in capitalism, I'm going to draw our entrepreneur here. He's going to be like the big fat guy, like the Monopoly guy. So he is risking his capital, which means his money and the things that he makes money with, like his machines. He's going to sit up here. He's got a top hat on, like a 19th century wealthy industrialist. And this capitalist, I'm going to put a dollar sign in the S, because capitalism has three main components. Let's put that over here. Competition. He is competing against other people to create a product. It could be guns. It could be textiles. It could be anything can be mass produced, like this marker. This was made in a factory. So competition, he's looking for profit, the motive of profit motivation, and also risk. He had his capital, maybe in the form of cash, that he turned into buying a steam engine that would manufacture textiles on a big power loom, but he is risking that profit. He could lose it all. Maybe the clothing is of poor quality. So our capitalist in the economic system of capitalism is competing with other people. He's looking for profit, and he's risking it all in hopes to get more profit. So please let me know in the comments section if you have any questions, and have a great day.